So do the math and watch my path as I'll show you how to live. For all I'm about to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. For all I'm about to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. If you're not doing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. Fantastic, freaky, funny football Friday, man. This Sunday it's going down. The Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl taking on the New England Patriots. Yeah. And I will give you my pick coming up in the last segment of today's show. So stay tuned for that. A couple more nuggets from the game this weekend, and we'll get back into the chat on Spreaker.com. You still got a couple minutes left to vote for this week's Boyle Penis Award winner by going to the Doug Stewart Show Facebook chat group, and you'll see the poll in there and vote. Your nominees are Big Apple Bastard for doing Big Apple Bastard type things. It's a real contrarian to the show. It really causes a lot of problems. He's been a lot better this year, but he really causes a lot of problems. One of the Stewies. Sage Steele for, in a roundabout way, support for Donald Trump, I guess, and criticizing people that are protesting, trying to keep the civil liberties, I guess. Sage Steele. The orange dude, I think the orange dude will probably just be a candidate every single week. How about that? The orange dude is Donald Trump if you're new to the show. Pastor Darrell Scott for very, very, I'm not saying he's a coon, but he has a lot of coonish behaviors. I'm not calling the man a coon, but there's a lot of very coonish behaviors by that dude. He was in the little somebody put a meme up on Facebook with a picture of Donald Trump and all of the 15 black people in America that he down with, that are part of his crew. And they titled this picture, The Blacks. Yeah. Grego probably came up with that name. And then also, I don't agree with this one at all, but I just do the will of the people, of the Stewies. Y'all nominated LeBron James for throwing shots at Charles Barkley, which I don't get that at all, because the last person you should try to be protecting from getting shots, taking shots, is Charles Barkley, in my opinion. And everything LeBron said is really just in retort to Barkley's comments about him. And I thought LeBron was just defending himself. I didn't think it was that bad. I do think that LeBron and a lot of these younger players do whine. I think they're very sensitive. I think they're Ralph Tresvant out this bitch. I do agree with that. But damn, at some point, LeBron got to step up for himself. Barkley just keep on. Barkley's like a bully. That's exactly what he is. Barkley's like, he's been needling this cat, man. When he was at Cleveland the first time, when he went to Miami, which I was on that train as well. I always acknowledge that, and I don't take it back. I thought the whole thing was BS. When he went to Miami, when he was at Miami, when he came back to Cleveland, when they won a championship, Barkley just needling this cat like a freaking bully on the playground. And LeBron just fighting back. But y'all nominated him. That's fine. Man, I've had to face bullies in my life. I'm not going to call his name, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But people from my hometown that rode the bus with me, they'll remember this. They'll remember this. So we had this cat, man. I'm not going to call his name. But anyway, he was kind of like the bully. We were in middle school. And so I guess he punked a lot of cats around town or whatever and on the playground. And so we rode the bus together. And I can't remember what the situation was. And just a quick little story. My brother always tells this story. So we're on the bus, and I'm getting off the bus, and I bump him or something like that. And, you know, the guy never really had a lot of words for me at the time. Now we're the bestest of friends, and you'll understand why in a second. But at the time, he had an attitude with me. Maybe I had, you know, one of his little girlfriends on the playground or whatever like me and didn't like him. I don't know. And that's usually what it all falls down to is because your chick liked me and more than she liked you. And I bumped him walking off the bus. And he was like, watch where you going, man. And I was like, watch where I'm going? I didn't mean to bump you, man. It's all good. He was like, you know I don't like you anyway. I remember this. And this was probably 1978. Oh, you know what? It wasn't 78 because I was like a freshman in high school. Or no, I was probably in the 8th grade. So this was either I was in the 7th or the 8th grade. So this is probably like 1980 or something like that, okay? And so he bumps me and is like, you know I don't like you anyway. It's like, okay, that's fine. I don't like you either, Ninja. And when I said that, it kind of shocked him because at that time nobody was talking back to this cat. This cat was the original gooch, you know, from Different Strokes. And I was like, I don't like you neither. What? And when I said that, everybody like knew it was going to be on, and so they grabbed him, and we had both played JV football together. And so like he was like on the defense at the time, and he was like the leader of the defense. He played linebacker, and I was on the offense. I really wasn't playing much. That was like my first year, my freshman year in high school, or maybe I was in the 8th grade. I don't remember exactly. And so they didn't want teammates to fight. And then also there was this thing about they didn't want him to get kicked out of school or whatever. And so they stopped us. And he was like, I tell you what, you come to the game tonight, I'm going to whoop your ass. And I was like, bruh, I wasn't planning on coming to the game, but I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on my shoes. And sure enough, we went out there, the classic scene when you're in the 7th or 8th grade in middle school, meet me under the bleachers. Meet me under the bleachers. And sure enough, I go under the bleachers like, yeah, so-and-so say meet him under the bleachers right now. And I go under the bleachers, I'm waiting, I'm twisting, I'm doing my neck like Mike Tyson ready to scrap. And sure enough, this joker comes in. He sees me. By the time he comes under the bleachers, we pretty well know. So by the time I'm under the bleachers already with like 50 cats standing behind me, you know, lightweight supporting me. And then he comes under the bleachers and he's got like 100 dudes following him, waiting to see me get my ass kicked. And sure enough, we lock. I mean, this is probably a bad analogy, but we lock like pit bulls. Especially after the last conversation, Mike Vick. We lock like pit bulls, man, and we struggling and we wrestling around. Nobody really even throwing any punches or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't a real fight. I mean, we really were boys. We just had a disagreement that day. And so we wrestling around, and we on the ground, and we tumbling around, and I'm on top, and he's on top, and finally somebody just stops it. And we separate, we go out other ways, and the next week, we boys again. And that's how it usually happens. Yeah. All right. So the point of me telling you that little story, as simple as this. And that's a true story. Point of me telling you that story, man, is I feel LeBron, man. If you let a cat just continue to just rag you, and really, to be honest with you, Dwayne Wade said it best. Like, he's happy LeBron's finally standing up to this guy. Like, it's been excessive. Like, if you continue to let this dude continue to say the things and do the things that he's done, he's going to continue to do it. He's a bully. And everybody knows that you got to punch a bully in the mouth. And in this case, you got to say something back. Maybe if Charles Barkley knows that if he comes out of his mouth the wrong way at LeBron James, then LeBron James is going to come out of his mouth to him again. Maybe LeBron James comes out with even more dirt and starts throwing more, insults toward this cat. He got to do something. They're not going to fight like they're in the 8th grade. They're not going to fight. But damn, you can't let this cat just keep throwing your ass under the bus. I'm happy. Fuck Barkley. Exactly, man. F Barkley. Whatever. I'm keeping this conversation outside of Charles Barkley and all of the. I'm not calling the man a coon and all of the coonish type comments he's made over the last couple of years. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there, okay? I'm not even going there. What I'm saying is he's been needling this cat, man, and I totally understand it. So, in a nutshell, man, do not vote for LeBron James, please. Hey, the Falcons finished first in the NFL by averaging 33.8 points. The Patriots finished first in the NFL by allowing 15.6 points per game. You got the number one offense versus the number one defense. We've talked about that a lot. The Falcons have the edge on offense. They didn't just lead the league in points scored. They finished as the 7th highest scoring offense in NFL history. That's right. That's right. Matt Ryan is averaging an incredible 9.3 yards per pass this season. That's crazy. He's averaging almost a first down every time he throws the football. I'll tell you what, I think I know who I'm picking this game. Tom Brady set an NFL record this season. He posted the best TD interception ratio in NFL history, throwing 28 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. Yeah. I mean, but you could do that when you know the other team's, defenses already and what they're calling and what they're going to scheme. This is Dan Quinn's first game against Bill Belichick as head coach. I didn't realize that. Well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he's only been the head coach for 2 years. Let's see. Tom Brady and Matt Ryan are actually cool. They text each other. We've kind of kept in touch over the years, Brady said Monday morning do his weekly interview on Sports Radio WEEI. I'm always sending him texts over the course of the season and vice versa. I have a lot of respect for Matt. And I guess it's an easy introduction with Matt Ryan and Tom Brady because Matt Ryan played at Boston College, So I'm sure a lot of people in the same circle, sports fans, whatever, connected them or whatever. I would hope that Matt Ryan just doesn't take up Tom Brady's tradition of cheating. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The Falcons' defense has been great, man, since Week 11. Since a Week 11 bye, the Falcons have allowed 20.5 points per game. That's including postseason play, which means the sample size in 8 games before the Week 11 bye, this unit allowed 28.3 points. So they're giving up almost or a little bit more than 8 points per game in the last 8 games. So, hey, if they're averaging 28 points or 20 points that they give up and they get their average as far as points, the Falcons should win like 33-20. I mean, that's what the numbers say. And I'm going to say the Falcons should win this game 33-20. Yeah. Hopefully that